Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Tonight, something a little different. We're doing the regular Zwift racing with Allez, and it's going to be the Hell of the North for the course tonight, which has the Petite KOM at the end, which of course will be the big test for this race. A couple of the Rhinos will be in the race tonight. I don't think they're going to be on Discord. That's too bad. We always like to chat during these races, but maybe next time. I think it's going to be Fred and Joel, I think, are in the race tonight. So you'll see the action with them. Hope you enjoy it. I'll try to do some voiceover during this race and ride on. Okay, as I was saying, yes, it's been a while since I've been in a regular Zwift race. Usually doing the ladder races on the Rocksteady team with Rhino racing. And actually in this race tonight was Fred, who's the captain of Rocksteady, and Joel, the newest member of Rocksteady Rhino's racing team. So, yes, Hell of the North. So, yes. The end of the race is really where all the action is going to happen, but we'll see. There may be some people try to go off the front during this race, try to get away before the climb, which is starts around 17.3 kilometers, I believe, which is basically the Petite KOM, which is going to be really the toughest part of this whole course, and where the decisions are all going to be made as to who's going to cross the line first. So I look at these races as a workout. So I might go on the front, might push a little bit, might hang on, practice different drafting techniques. There's been a latest pack dynamics number 5 has come out, and the drafting and steering is a little bit different. So I'm still trying to get used to that switch that Zwift's made with their system. It was a big update. I actually had some trouble with the most recent update from Zwift. Installing it on my PC. I think I've kind of got it working, but as you can see, I don't have my custom HUD tonight. So I don't have my draft gauge, and I don't have my watts per kilogram right beside my rider there, which I really miss. So still trying to figure out what's going on with that, but it had something to do with the latest Zwift update. So hopefully for the next race, which will be coming up in a couple days, ladder race, hopefully I can get that sorted out. So, because I like to see the draft numbers, especially now with the new draft dynamics, the pack 5 that just came out. So there's Fred there, Joel. So I've never actually raced with Joel. He is a Rhino, but I haven't raced with him before. And I think he did a couple of moves off the front, tried to see if anybody would go with him. But I think most people were just sort of waiting to the Petite KOM and saving their energy up. So I think there was sort of a front group here. It did split up, 24 riders total, but at the front group here, I think we sort of had about 13 or 14 maybe. That sort of broke away a little bit here. Silver Surfer there from TFC, who we race against in ladder races. So I see some familiar names in the race tonight. So yes, 17.3 kilometers will be the start of the Petite KOM. So we'll pick it up there, and we'll see how the climb goes tonight. I've struggled in this course before, but I've done enough times that I think I can maybe get the pace myself a little bit better instead of going really hard at the front or the beginning of the climb and then losing all my energy. So we'll see what happens tonight on this race, but hope you enjoy the action and ride on. All right, the start point for the Petite KOM. So, yeah, this climb, 2.5 kilometers. Now, it has some parts where it actually flattens out a little bit. You'll see there's some blue and some yellow. Well, we're yellow right now, but in the blue sections there, it does flatten out. And those are the spots to push a little bit harder. So I'm in gear 12 right now. So I will like to go up to maybe 13 or 14, maybe in those sections there, just to try to keep the speed, just increase the speed a little bit through those sections so I can stay with the group. Now, I really miss my custom HUD, which I would have liked to see how much draft I was getting through these sections, because there still will be draft up until probably about 3% grade on this climb, which will definitely be helpful in saving energy. Trying to get as much draft as possible, and that's what I'm basically trying to do here. Even though I can't see my draft gauge, I'm trying to stay behind these riders if I can, which will help me up this climb. So it's all about pacing yourself. You don't often want to blow up, which I've had the trouble in the past, right into this climb, get right into some high numbers. So sort of start out 3.5, 4, maybe 4, kind of like max a little bit around that range. So maybe max in about 300 watts. But also trying to stay with this group. I don't want to be on the front of it, obviously, but I want to be able to stay with them so I can hopefully hang on to the end. So Fred and Joel were able to stay with the pack here, sort of move back and forth. I was trying to sort of stay at more of a steady pace instead of surging, but obviously in those blue sections, with there's one coming up here in a little bit, I'll try to push a little bit harder because the group is going to push harder too. And also I have a feather power up, which I'm going to save until I absolutely need it. So there we got Fred and Joel beside me there, sort of going up through the climb. There was a rider that went off the front there, had about a 6-second gap on everybody, but got reeled in pretty quickly. Couldn't sustain it on their own. So that was good effort by them to try to get away, but it didn't work out for them. And there's Silver Surfer there from TFC, strong rider. So we'll see here. We'll maybe pick it up maybe around 900 meter, 800 meter mark, and we'll see how things are going with the climb. But so far things are going pretty good. I think I got a pretty good pace over around the 300 watt range, and I seem to be okay. So let's pick it up a little closer to the finish line. Okay, so this is the part here where it's 600 meters to go. I was still pushing probably about 3 watts per kilogram, but I started to lose some of my power there. This rider here went by me, was pushing almost 4 watts per kilogram, so I wasn't able to grab their wheel, unfortunately, which really would have helped to get me up to the other group, that front group. But I felt pretty good. I made it to the 600 meter mark, which is way better than I have been in the past. And I eventually will use my feather. Maybe I should have used it at that point there to try to get up to those other riders. In retrospect, that probably would have been a good idea. But you know what? I'm still in 8th position, and it's funny, the rider that's behind me by 10 seconds is the one that actually had the 6-second gap going into the climb. So sort of kept in front of them. They weren't going to catch me. So position number 8, and there were some strong riders in this field tonight. So I'm pretty happy with the results. When you get closer to the finish line with the main pack, you're getting better, right? You feel like you're accomplishing something. So I feel pretty good about the results tonight. It was also nice riding with Fred and with Joel in the race. Always nice to see some other Rhino riders besides you. So as always, subscribe, like, comment, come back anytime, and ride on.